Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Today, however, we're going to do something different from shoes and perfume. We're going to do how to make a lucet. Now, there are videos out there, but they do it a different way from the way I do it. So I wanted to show you how I do it, just as another example of a different way of making a lucet. So a lucet, if you are wondering what it is a cord. It is using the two prongs, you end up getting a square cord. You can see how it's square. It's all looped up and knotted, and it gives, look at this superb stretch. Wow. So it gives a great stretch. So that's really good for if you're wanting to lace something that has a bit of pressure on it, or you want a bit of give in your lacing. So what you need to do for making lucets, you do need a lucet tool, mainly because it has the two prongs, so you could use a two-pronged fork, but it has this hole in it as well. So it is actually better if you can get a lucet tool. This is mine, it's made of wood. I do have a bone one as well, but I don't have that here. But this one is made of wood. I don't actually know the wood. I want to say it's a fruit wood, but I'm not 100% sure. And it's just want to have it so that it fits your hand nicely. You do most of the time work on it like this. So you will, don't need a really long handle. You just need a handle that is long enough for your hand. I have a big hand, so I have a long needle handle. You also need some wool or any sort of yarn. I'm using Drops Lima, which is a wool and alpaca blend today, and I'm using it in red, so hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. I'd also recommend you have a little pair of scissors just to cut the yarn at the end, and a tape measure, which will be good for measuring the length that you want to make. If you want to, or you can do it by eye, or you can use your arm, like if you didn't know already, but your wrist to your elbow is actually the length of your foot. So there we go, it's a foot. Anyway, a little bit of trivia. Let's start doing the luceting. So you get your yarn, there we go, and you thread it from the back to the front. So now I'm right-handed, so you will be seeing a right-handed version, but this part is the same. So you have it from the back to the front. You then take your yarn, the working tail, and you wrap it over the first tine, so in my case the right tine. Then you take it from behind up and over the left tine. So see how it's made a figure eight? And then you bring it up and over the tine again on the right side. So you have that shape there. Then what you're going to do is start the luceting process. And it's a little messy to begin with, but you keep it taut with your thumb on the yarn coming through the hole. It will help a lot. You lift this lower loop. You bring it up and over the tine, and then you pull the working tail. You then turn the yarn, or turn the tool. You put the yarn, the working yarn above. You take the loop, you lift it up and over, and then you tighten the yarn. You turn it. So see that loop is now there. You want to take this loop, you on the right hand side, you lift it up and over, and you pull. And what you do is you keep doing that exact movement. You take it up, you tighten this while you're at it, lift it up and over, and tighten the working yarn. And see how you're starting to get a little knot. Up, this the yarn over, tighten this, over the tine, tighten that. Do it again with the working yarn above, pull, lift it up and over, pull the working yarn. Turn it, pull the loop, so it's tight here, up and over, pull the working yarn. And that is how you do a lucet. You turn it, you pull, you lift up and over and pull. You turn, you pull, you lift it up and over and pull. And you see you're getting a lucet. Now, the looser you pull this, the less you pull it, the bigger and looser this tie will be, the stretchy it's going to be. But what we want to do is make it quite tight. So I'm going to do a bit of it tighter so you can see the difference. And you can see I'm actually holding onto the actual cord that I am making. It's very therapeutic, I think. It's sort of pull, lift over and pull. And you can see that I'm doing lift over and pull almost as one action. Turn, lift over and pull. Turn, lift over and pull. And you can see how it's coming along. Now what is good, see how this is creeping up the tines? The tines are curved a bit to stop it from popping off completely, but you want to have this down lower, and this is where the hole comes in, because the hole puts the cord through. You then can hold on to that space, or that little part of the cord, as you turn, pull, over, pull, 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 turn, pull, over and pull, turn, pull, over and pull, turn, pull, over and pull. So see, you're getting this lovely cord now, and you can see how it's wrapping around, and that will slowly wrap around, and you can measure. I find that about 1 inch is about one whole wrap, if not a little bit more. So that is how you make a lucet. Let me make a little few more so you can just watch with me and go ahead and try yourself. Okay, so let's take this out and have a look and see where we're going. So you can see we've created this lovely little box lace. It looks really pretty, I think, and it's quite lovely. So to take it off and to finish your work, when you've finished, remember this is the loop that you would have. This is the loop that when you turn is on that side, but we're not going to turn it. We're going to keep here. So when you get to the length, don't turn. Stop at that point and gently, carefully take it off the lucet. And you're left with a bunny ear, and a loop. Can you see that? So what we're going to do is we're going to cut the working thread. That's where you need your scissors. So we're going to cut it just about there. And we're going to pull this loop through the bunny ear that it was already halfway through anyway. So that's that there. Then we're going to thread it through this other bunny ear on the left-hand side. So that's what it looks like now. Now what we're going to do is tighten this bunny ear, the left-hand bunny ear. And what that is going to do is going to tighten this one. So you're going to pull on the end. Hang on. That's it. That's the one we want. We want this one. No, we don't want that. We want... messy. This is where it takes your time. No, this one. This one. See how it's tightening that up? And then what we want to do is thread this through and tighten that up. And that's going to tighten this one and create a knot. Once it's knotted in place, even this little amount has a good amount of stretch. Let's see if it's on an inch or a centimetre. It has almost a centimetre of stretch in just that little bit of work there, which is 2 inches long. So, or what, 5 centimetres long. So, what you do then is you can do anything you want. You can put tips on the end, alliates like this one here. This one here has a metal alliate on the end, quite a simple one, and it's been glued in place. You could actually stitch the alliate in place if you want to as well, if you don't want to use glue or you haven't got glue. You can put tassels perhaps on the end. You could do a tassel. I've just got this spare tassel which I was using for something else, so that's why it's a bit shabby, but you could thread a tassel, and that's why it's good to leave a little bit of a cord, because you can do things with it. You could stitch on a tassel, you could stitch on beads, you could stitch on an alliate. If you do an alliate though, you cut the two ends to about that much, so only a little bit, and that will stop it. It won't undo, but it will give you less of a hassle when you're trying to stitch on your alliate. So that is how you make a lucet with your lucet tool. I hope you find that fun and interesting, and I hope you give it a go. You can get lucets actually at craft places now, but I got mine from a reenactment market, so they're always good. Ren fairs, reenactment markets, things like that, or online. I wouldn't go for a plastic one. I'd go for a wooden one or a bone one, only because you don't want it to get all sort of rough, because you're working that yarn over these tines, and mine has got quite polished and soft because I'm using it all the time, especially in that turning action that you have. So yeah, that's it. That is how to make a lucet. Woohoo! I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing it, and next time I might do shoes again, or I might do something else. Let me know if you'd like something else explained, if I can explain it. And until next time, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, do something that is creative and therapeutic this week, if you can, this fortnight, and enjoy life if you can. And if you can't, I hope you get to at some point. Okay, all right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye 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 bye.